For that glowing intro, that was terrific. I need to shorten that thing. That's crazy. I know I've done a lot, but yeah, it's ridiculous. So for those who don't know me, my name's Burton Kelso. I'm known as the technology expert. So I hate to say this, but I always get stories where people say, "Oh my gosh, I always see you on TV," and I used to go, "Oh yeah, that ain't happening. I'm not always on TV." But guess what?
You're always on TV.
I was just on Fox 4 2 days ago. And the week before that, I was virtually on Hello, Iowa. So I can't say, well, no, I'm not on TV anymore, because it seems like that's been the case. So brief bio about me, other than that long, what would you call that? Well, not a sermon.
Soliloquy.
Soliloquy, yeah, that was a long
I call
sermon
it the
about.
synopsis from your LinkedIn profile.
I'm sorry, what?
I call it the synopsis from your LinkedIn profile.
Well, Vicki, you went to the About Me section. You should have went to the real quick one at the top that says TEDx speaker or whatever, but I appreciate it. But so I own a tech support company by the name of Integral, which is basically like Kansas City's version of Geek Squad. So we do on-site computer repair and tech support and managed services and all that stuff. So if you're an individual or a small business owner, you've been going to Geek Squad, I'm going to find out where you are and hack into your devices and make sure that you work with Integral instead of Geek Squad. I'm joking. I can't hack into your stuff. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me today. We're talking about making better use of AI and artificial intelligence and all that good stuff. And I suck with the clicker, so I always have to remember to turn the silly thing on. And then let's see I hit the button and it won't work. So let me fix that real quick, and then we can get started. There we go. Okay, see, I finally fixed it. So anyway, happy birthday AI, or generative AI in the form that we know it, because November of last year, a company named OpenAI, financed by Microsoft, created a freebie program called ChatGPT. And the whole purpose with ChatGPT is to make our lives easier. I don't want you thinking Terminator or any of that nonsense about, or Blade Runner, or Alien, or any of those movies where you have a killer robot or some AI that just takes over and just wipes out humanity. Even the Matrix even comes to mind if you don't think about artificial intelligence used in a naughty way. It's not that. Basically, current AI or generative AI is just tech devices that are able to respond back to you as you would a human, or however. Yeah. So you talk to it, it talks back like a human. And the best example would be how we talk with the machines is DOS. I know none of you are probably as old as I am, but who remembers old DOS commands and prompts and stuff like that? It was horrible, wasn't it? Like a pain in the butt. I mean, if you even wanted to print something, you had to type in a bunch of commands in order to get it to print. Same thing with old school WordPerfect. You had to hit all the key combinations in order to do things. Like, it was so bad with WordPerfect for you youngsters out there that you had to have a WordPerfect cheat sheet in order to even print out a document. It's horrible. And even with Windows and with Mac OS, you still have a graphical interface, but you just don't have that connectability where you can talk to your computer or your phone almost like you could a regular person. I think I did hit record. Anyway, so that's the whole purpose of generative AI, is to make sure that we are able to talk to machines and make our lives simple. It's just a simple matter of, I'll pick on you, Chris.
Okay.
So, okay, let's pretend I'm the average person and you are artificial intelligence. You ready?
Sure.
So if I went to my computer now, which is now named Chris, say hi to Chris, everyone.
Hi,
Chris.
All right, hey.
Hello, everyone.
So Chris, if I had, I love that. So if I came to Chris and had a question about our favorite topic, Star Wars, we're huge Star Wars fans, and I asked Chris, who's the AI, hey Chris, okay, here's a question. So how often do you think that Darth Vader had to stay in a Bacta tape on a regular basis to heal up?
Well, that would depend on how angry he got with his terrible staff on the Star Destroyer. I can't remember what it was called. You would probably know. But depending on how often he would have to go in there would be how long he was out of it and where he was, what planet he was on, whether he was in combat prior to. He'd probably need to go in there a lot more.
That's a good answer.
Wait, wrapping it up, that's the.
Oh,
that's
okay,
the
yeah,
AI thing.
yeah.
Interrupt, there is another Chris in the room.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I love that, yeah.
We're being
let's-
hacked.
Well, okay, let's ask the other Chris. So Chris, let's pretend
I
that you're,
cannot compute.
oh my gosh, I haven't even asked the question yet. Okay, so let's ask the other Chris. Chris, you're a computer, and I'm gonna ask you, how would I get set up as okay, let me make it better. In, I guess 50 words or less, how would I get my minority business set up to deal with minority government entities? You're not supposed to pause that long.
I have a long answer.
Oh, you do? Oh my gosh. But anyway, Crystal, even though her answer's long, and male Chris gave a more detailed response, that's how AI works. You talk to it like I've had a conversation with the two Chris's, and you get an answer back. That's what we're working with AI. And AI has been, well, hold on, before we go any further, I always love playing a game called Myth or Fact as far as trivia is concerned during my presentation. So what I do, I'll show an image, and then I'll ask the statement I'm going to make associated with the image, is it myth or fact? So myth or fact? Eggnog originated from Poland. Is that a myth or is that a fact?
Yes.
Come on, just shout it out.
Myth.
It's a myth. It came from England. And in England, when eggnog came out, it was hot. If you can imagine. I know, right? I know.
Or-
Yeah, that's horrible, isn't it? But yeah, AI's been around for a long time, guys. If you think of your smart home devices, like your smartphone. So if you were to say, hey Siri, no one's went off, darn it. That's AI. If you have an Android device and said, hey Google, that's you talking like a human to a machine. You ask it a question and it's going to give you a response back. The only challenge is with your smartphones is that smartphones only give you one answer and then it's one and done. But with generative AI, which I'll show you here in a few minutes, it's a long, drawn-out conversation. Because with second Chris, the AI, I could say, well, yes, I loved your answer, but could you shorten that? Or actually, can you be more detailed in your response? And it will actually give you all of the information that you want. It's unlimited. So again, the things that we need help with in our homes and our businesses, AI is designed to help us out. Because we all Google, correct?
Yeah.
Think of current generative AI as Google on steroids. And people are worried about AI and think, oh my gosh, I'm so worried that it's gonna do bad things. And it's just not designed to do that. Because basically, AI programs are large databases filled with information that are designed to be able to pull that information and give it to you in a manner that you're able to understand. When second Chris gave the answer, does not compute, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Not about Chris's character, but Chris as AI. If it says does not compute, what does that mean to you?
There's no database with the information.
Oh, Chris, first Chris,
Oh.
you're only saying that because you know about technology. But as an average person, you don't know what does not compute means, right? You don't. So it needs to be in a form where it would say, well, I really don't understand what you're saying, or you're generating a bunch of nonsense. And we're moving beyond that, where you're just able to have regular conversations with AI, and it's able to give you its answers to the best of its ability. So like your Amazon devices or Google Home devices, it's the same thing. You ask it a question, it gives you a response, and then it's one and done. But with new generative AI, just long conversations you can have. Also, when we think about AI being around too, you've been to a website, right? And it pops up with a chat bot that actually is able to answer some of the questions that you might have when you're going to a retail outlet or even a service business. Because the whole idea is not to remove jobs, but to make your experience a lot easier when you're dealing with the companies that you're talking to. Because there's millions of people calling specific companies, and it cuts down on your wait time to get a response when you have a chatbot answer your question. And for those of you, when we talk about AI and ChatGPT, the full name of ChatGPT is actually Chatbot Generative Transformer. That's what ChatGPT stands for. Chatbot. So basically, it's a chatty Cathy or a chatty Roger that's designed to give you the answers to the questions that you may have. Who uses autocorrect? Autocorrect sucks, doesn't it? Horrible. But autocorrect is AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's trying to interpret what you're probably going to say, as opposed to sometimes what the output is going to be. So AI has been around for a while. It's just a year ago when OpenAI released it, it was more of let's let regular folks understand how AI works and how they can use that power to help them in their personal lives and their professional lives. That's it. It's nothing to be afraid of. So everyone, when it comes to AI, thinks that ChatGPT is the only tool out there. But I'm here to tell you, as far as generative AI text, there are 3 major tools that you should be aware of. Of course, there's ChatGPT, which was released a year ago from OpenAI. But then once ChatGPT established 1 million subscribers in a month's time, everyone's always after that, and I love this term, Skrilla. Does everyone know what that is? I know Second Chris does. Chris, you know, right?
What was it again? Skrilla?
Skrilla, you said it right.
I don't know. I feel like
It's
my daughter,
money.
My daughter says it.
It's ghetto slang for money. So everyone wants Skrilla. So everyone's decided, well, we're going to come up with our own generative AI tools. So Google came out with Bard, B-A-R-D. I don't know why they chose Bard, but they did. And that was released March of 2023. And then Microsoft is actually funding OpenAI, who made ChatGPT. So then Microsoft's like, well, heck, we gave you the money. We want our own version of ChatGPT that we can give to our subscribers. So with Bing Chat, it's actually ChatGPT version 4 that you can use for free. Because if you're using the free version of ChatGPT, it's 3.5. But if you want to have more accessibility with ChatGPT, you can pay $20 a month, or you can go to Bing Chat and use it. And what's crazy, it's like the secret sauce as far as ChatGPT, because it seems like no one likes Microsoft nowadays. Am I lying?
No.
I mean, how many of you are using Microsoft Edge as a web browser? I know, right? Chris is like, oh my God, are you serious? God. But yeah, see, now you feel like the lonely, you feel like the wart on the wall, or the stain on the salad dressing on the pant leg, because you're like I use Bing. But yeah, but there's other AI tools out there too. There's a whole host of them. So you've got Canva, and everyone in here probably uses Canva, right, to do designs and stuff. No one in here uses Canva?
I have.
Okay, well, why didn't you raise your hand?
Well, because I don't
Thank
use it anymore.
Okay, yeah. So Canva's got AI built into it. Vicky says she uses AI, but it's text to image, meaning that if you say, hey, I want to create an image of Darth Vader standing at the bridge of a Death Star with his lightsaber out, and he's about to battle Luke Skywalker, it will actually take that text and generate an image of it. If you wanted an image of the Kansas City skyline at sunset and it's snowing, you can put that in DALL-E, Canva, and Midjourney, and it will actually generate that image for you. Now, before you get all happy and think, hey, I'm going to come up with my new business logo using generative text to image AI, you cannot copyright AI generate images. Same thing with the text searches that you do with AI. You can generate it to kind of help you get the brainstorming process started, but you can't utilize it as your own, because the large databases that Bing, Bard, and ChatGPT have is actually data scraped off the internet. So some of that may be copyrighted material. And same thing with the images that you use. And one thing that I will say with all of them, they're still in experimental mode. And I saw a hand in the back. Yes.
Is there legislation to govern that, as far as like, or is it just a good idea, like, don't try it because it will get you possibly in a position where you're using copyrighted stuff for your own use? Or is there legislation that's starting to become?
Is that, are you, oh, so the question was, is there legislation to stop you from using images for AI? So I jokingly asked this, are you wanting to know that so that you can just generate it and then not worry about going to jail or getting sued? No, but the answer is as far as images are concerned, yes. You cannot copyright, that's Supreme Court. You cannot copyright AI generated images because there was a lady, well actually the funniest one is this. There was a guy that submitted an AI generated image for the Colorado State Fair and he won first place. Then he tried to say, oh yeah, that's mine. He's like, no, you pulled that from a database, it was scraped. So yes, there is legislation against AI to art images, but not for text as of yet. But at the same time, understand that if you are going to kind of copy stuff from AI, there are bots currently scrolling the internet to find copyrighted material. So if you try to sneak and do it, they're gonna find you, so don't do it. Next, there's video AI tools, such as Video, and it's spelled exactly that way. Meaning that if you've got long form video for your home or for business, you can definitely use video to break it down into snippets that you can post on social media. So let's say you suck at video, but you've got this long, old video, that's not the word I was about to say. You got this long, old video that you wanna put on like LinkedIn. The video is like 30 minutes long, but LinkedIn will only accept 10 minutes worth of video. Video will actually cut down on the video so that you can post it on your favorite social media network. So think of that. And then, there's more. You can see there are tons of AI products for just about everything you would do for your personal use or for your small business use. Do we have any attorneys in the room? No?
You're safe.
No, I'm not gonna say anything bad. What I was gonna say, there's even AI attorney help. There's a website called donotpay.com and you can go ask it legal advice. Now, if you're at a DUI stop, I would highly recommend you not try to pull up this website and figure out, should I blow or should I not blow? Because I mean, remember AI is experimental. It may not know what state you're in, so it may give you the wrong advice. Say, oh yeah, don't do it, don't blow. And then next you know, you've got a pair of silver handcuffs on you and you're in jail. But there's an AI tool for everything. And again, it's designed to help you get more for your home and your work projects. So, we don't want to go to prompts yet. I want to show you how these tools work. And I'm sure some of you have used an AI tool at some point. Well, we'll leave it there, because it's kind of important. But what I'm trying to do is find my mouse, which I couldn't find. All right, so here we go. So let's go to numero uno, which is ChatGPT. Can everyone see that? Yeah, I can. So yeah, that's great for you guys. I should have mirrored screens. But anyway, let me bring up a prompt. So this is funny. I gotta like move the podium so I can type and look and see what I'm doing. Because I'm a horrible speller. So you can start out with a general prompt with ChatGPT by saying, I need a, get over there. I need a recipe. Did I spell that right? And if I don't, it doesn't matter because it will correct me. For eggnog, since that's the theme of the day, what do you have? And there's Grammarly, like saying, Burton, you need to really go back to school so that you can spell. But even if I left that misspelled, it would understand what I was doing, and then it will find it. So there it is. Classic recipe for homemade eggnog. But then you can carry on the conversation after it brings out the step-by-step instructions and say, can you make this fat or low calorie? And then it's like, okay, let's continue the conversation. If you need a low calorie version, I'll help you come up with it. And then you can even stop it too, because this is like, yeah, that's forever. Goodness gracious. I think I'll just stick with the regular version of eggnog because it takes forever for that recipe to happen. Let's say you suck at social media. You can type in, I need, and we'll do a better prompt. I need you to act help me with 5, we'll do Facebook posts. To market my, we'll say cleaning business. Put it in there, it's like, okay, there we go. It's got the emojis, it's got 5 ideas of what you can do as far as your social media is concerned. And then once this is done, you can say, thanks, but what about Instagram? So there it is. It's helping you with your social media marketing. You could even change it and say, well, can you help me come up with 5 ideas for email marketing? And it will generate it for you. Now, the reason I have ChatGPT up here and Bard is because you have to understand if you're using the free version of ChatGPT, the database is only as current as January 2002. So what does that tell you, like if you're using AI? If you're looking up information, it's going to be dated. So if I was a real estate agent and said, can you, and what I want to do, I may want to come back to this conversation. So with ChatGPT, I want to start a new chat. Because if you keep your conversations going with ChatGPT, it just enhances the conversation. So one of the things I'm going to do with this is tell me the market value of homes in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, look what it says. I don't have real-time data or an ability to browse the internet for the latest information. That's the free version of ChatGPT. So let's say, okay, I want more current data, so either I can pay for it, or I can just go to Bard, enter the same prompt, and keep in mind, Bard is owned by who?
Google.
And Google is basically what? The internet. It's a search engine. So it knows how to, it has connection to the internet. And it's free. So if you're needing more current information, then you would go, there you go. Look, as of October 2023, the median listing home price in Kansas City, Missouri was in $259,000. And then it goes on to give you more with Google Bard. Now, the other thing that you should know, and this is why I'm saying AI involves a lot of different tools, and all of them are experimental. Bard, and you probably didn't know this, gives you 3 different drafts of the data that you've searched for. So you got draft number 1, draft number 2, and draft number 3. So the difference between drafts is how it's pulling the information up and how it's delivering it to you. So if you were looking for, I need, let me start a new scenario. Come on, clicker. I need to make that mouse bigger so I can find it. I'll just do that. Can you make this a Facebook post? And it's gonna say absolutely. And then there it is, and it tells you the dates, the times, and it's ready to go on Facebook. If you were to try to do that in ChatGPT, it ain't gonna happen because ChatGPT database is limited to 2022. Now, since we have one user who actually uses Microsoft Edge, I'm gonna bring up Edge and show you how it works as well. So Microsoft Edge, if you go to bing.com in Microsoft Edge, it will take you where you can do your chat. So let me maximize this. And what you would do is see where it says chat here? You click on that, and it'll actually take you to Microsoft Bing Chat. And then we can put our prompt that we did in here. I like how it's gonna tell me to do model. So let me click on the submit button. And Bing Chat takes a little bit longer. And as you can see, it's using ChatGPT 4.0. So it's able to pull up current information, whereas ChatGPT 3.5 is not able to pull up current data. And the good thing about Bing Chat, because sometimes you have to worry about where your information is coming from so that you can cite sources, right? Now in ChatGPT, you actually have to say cite sources to find out where the information is coming from. But with Bard and Bing Chat, it'll list, as you can see here down at the bottom, where it's pulling that information from. So that way, if you have to prove that you got the data, you can say, well, AI got it, but it actually pulled it from these sources. Because one of the things that you have to do with text AI is that you should always verify the facts that you're getting. Yes, it's gonna make your life a lot simpler and easier, but at the same time, you better verify that data or you're gonna look like, and I don't know if you heard this story, there was an attorney earlier this year that decided to write a legal brief using only ChatGPT. Well, sometimes ChatGPT has the ability, or all AI has the ability to hallucinate, right? Maybe it took some shrooms, or maybe it went on an all-night bender on some computerized alcohol, but it generated cases that didn't even exist. The attorney didn't fact check, and so he took it to court. And you can imagine what happened, right? I know you guys sound like you feel bad for this guy, but yeah. Should have did his homework, you know? What can you do? Now, let's talk about AI to image. So with Bing Chat, one of the things that's great about it, since it's using ChatGPT 4, you can actually either upload an image and tell it to modify, or can you generate an image of a, oh, let me think. Oh, okay. Cat. Oh, writing. We'll do that. I can spell writing, right? And then let's hit, that would be too easy to hit tab, right? So it takes it a second. So look, it says, I'll try to create that for you. And that's the timer. I don't want you to think it was like really that way off that it generated. Like that's some awful looking cat. So yeah, it's the timer, and you know, it's almost like Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. There you go. There's an image of a cat. There's 4 of them. And so when you generate images from AI, from text, it normally gives you 4 images to choose from. But you can also say, can you make a 3D image? And then let's hit enter. And again, you can't copyright this and use it in your business, but just for the fun on social media, or just if you're trying to get inspiration as an artist, you can put your images in there. Oh, look at that. It says, okay, I can't generate 3D images, but you know who can? Let's go to, let me go back
Bless
to,
you.
yeah, bless you. Let's go to DALL-E 2, which is made by OpenAI. So if we go to DALL-E 2, and we're gonna go try DALL-E. Hopefully it'll log me in. Better. You hear me, computer? All right. Okay, here. I need an, oh. I know that's horrible, isn't it? I'm gonna leave it up there, because AI knows. So there's our little timer for DALL-E 2, and you can reach that website at dolly.openai.com. So here it goes, come on, and then you'll see some of the fun images. So now as you can see, I didn't give it enough details with the prompt. So some of the images are goofy, right? Kind of looks like downtown, but I don't know what that down story is. But you have to be more specific in your prompts. But to give you some ideas of prompts that I've done in DALL-E, I need your help with an image for PowerPoint. Can you create a 3D image of a robot in a red cape? standing with his arms folded. So it did that. The last two obviously are the ones that I want. One of the other things you can do too, which I think is funny, is you can create professional headshots using AI. I mean, it's not gonna draw you, but at the same time, you can take an existing headshot and then modify it. So this one, I said I need a professional headshot. Can you put me in a blue jacket with a brown tie? Well, it didn't get the memo because do you see me, I see a brown shirt, but again, it's better than me wearing the Integral Maytag shirt. It just modified those images. But one of the ones that I also wanted to show you that if you don't get your prompts right is me with some guy superimposed over me. I don't know how the hell this happened, but it did. Let me scroll down a few more and I'll show you. But while we're, oh, there it is. So I didn't put a prompt in. So I just uploaded a photo. I mean, it's like, I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, prompts are important, which is what I was going to let you know. And the sky's the limit on your AI prompts as far as getting the images and the subject matter that you want. An example of a bad prompt would be, write me a short poem about a giraffe. It's not gonna give you the data that you actually want. But a good prompt is a long, winding sentence that says, write a 50-word poem about a tall giraffe who struggles with anxiety, but ultimately learns to deal with it with the help of his little animal friends. Can anyone guess what movie that is? Because it's describing a movie. Oh my gosh, yes, who said that? Yes, it is Madagascar. But anyway, prompts are the sky's the limit. For example, of prompts that you could use. Hey ChatGPT, I need you to create a PowerPoint presentation with 7 slides that talks about how AI can help people from underprivileged environments. And it will generate the coding for the PowerPoint presentation. Hey ChatGPT, I need you to create me a 10-page website for my computer repair business. I want to focus on how we can help people get most from their technology. And it will actually generate the HTML coding for your website. So it's not necessarily to say that you all can become web designers, but at least start you on the journey of helping craft the stuff that you need. Hey, ChatGPT or Bard, I spilled red wine on white carpet. What economically, not economically, but environmentally friendly ways and chemicals can I use to remove this red stain? And it will help you with solving that problem. So AI is about solving problems, but the biggest thing that's gonna help you out is your prompts. So you probably better get your cameras out because these websites are ones that can help you find the prompts that you need in order to help get the tools and the answers that you want from AI. And as you can see, like for AI art prompt generator, there's all different ways if you're trying to use generative AI to get images. There's prompts that you have to put in order to get the perfect image. Same thing with text prompt generators. You have to put the perfect text in order to get the most out of AI. If you're putting basic sentences in like you would with Google, you're not really going to get the resources that you need. But if you're putting detailed information into the AI tools that you're using, then you're going to get the information that you want. And I also wanted to share, before we talk about the quick cyber risk with AI, is that ChatGPT, there's an actual app that you can download for your iPhones. Same thing if you have an Android phone, you can download ChatGPT onto your phone. And the advantage is that you have the power of AI on your smartphone, and you can use your voice to talk out your prompts rather than trying to type them in. You saw how I struggled. So I know there's some of you out there that struggle as well. And they also make a Bing chat app for both Android and iPhones. They don't make Google Bard as of yet, but you can open up Chrome and use Google. Was there a hand?
You could just answer my question, Bart.
Oh, about the, if it's available for Android? I should have kept you in suspense. All right, myth or fact question real quick. Myth or fact, oh my gosh. What's a good question? This is this a photo of St. Patrick from Ireland? Is that a myth or a fact?
Fact?
Who does it look like?
Santa Claus.
There you go, yeah. It's a myth. Yeah, it's, I guess, St. Nicholas, who's the guy who inspired Santa Claus. I can throw that out there. But anyway, cyber risks that are involved with AI are pretty simple. I'll tell you right now that every tech device that you own cannot be hacked into. Cybercrime is a human problem, meaning that you have to click on a link in order to get your devices attacked. And so with AI, cybercriminals are able to create convincing phishing scams. No more misspellings, as I showed you here. You'll be getting phishing emails that are near perfect in order to trick you into clicking on those links. Case in point, MGM Grand hack. Everyone in here heard about that, right? No one knew the MGM Grand was hacked this summer. Vicky saying, yeah. So this is how it worked. Everyone in here is probably thinking, oh, well, those guys just figured out a way to get into their systems. No. What they did is that they did research on who worked at the call center at the MGM Grand, meaning the cyber criminals. Once they figured out, probably through the use of AI, which one of those employees was the weakest link, then they called that employee with a voice clone of the CEO or one of the higher-ups asking for sensitive information. Person didn't do their due diligence, they gave it to the criminals. Criminals were then able to log into the MGM Grand networks and trick them and put ransomware on their computers, which affected every MGM property in Las Vegas. That's how sophisticated AI is going to be as far as scams are concerned. So for your personal use and for your business use, make sure that you are being vigilant about all of the cyber risk out there. Because even though now criminals can't use ChatGPT, Bard, or Bing to come up with convincing phishing scams, there are cyber criminal sites like WormGPT and FryGPT that are designed specifically for the purpose of creating cyber scams that are that are designed to trick you into clicking on links, or that will allow criminals to clone your voice and then maybe use it to trick other people in giving out credentials. So you need to set up a password or passphrase system so that people don't fall for these scams. But communicate and look at those email messages, those phone calls, and those text messages that come in, because they're gonna look as convincing as ever. You may actually think that you won $100,000 from Publishers Clearinghouse, you know? And you'll be sitting at your house waiting for the guy in the truck and the balloons to come running at your door, but in all actuality, be some cyber criminal running to the bank stealing your money. Now, last but not least with AI, I want you to concentrate on keep learning and keep growing AI. If you're not familiar with AI and you want to get more familiar with it, download the app onto your smartphone and use AI for daily tasks. Use it for if you need to unclog a drain at home rather than Googling it. Use it for trying to figure out what's going to be the best Christmas menu for your family members that have different dietary needs. Use ChatGPT to find the perfect gift for your spouse or for your kids, or how to be an effective quote-unquote Santa Claus to trick your kids or grandkids into thinking that Santa Claus exists. But we need to move away from a world where we're Googling. I mean, Google's still good, and Google probably will eventually morph into more of a ChatGPT. But this technology is not going anywhere. So you need to incorporate it in some aspect of your business or your personal lives, because there's always going to be disruptive technology. Because remember the days when we used fax machines to send documents to people, right? Are we there anymore? No, you have to send an email with an attachment, which I know most of us suck at, but we have to do it because no one has a fax machine anymore. So embrace those tools, because any business or even any individual that does not embrace newer disruptive technology will eventually be replaced by that technology. That doesn't mean AI robots going to take over your job, but that means that you are going to be left behind, because there are so many tools out there that you can use technology-wise in order to stay connected or grow your business. Individual-wise, how many of us are using Zoom now? We have to use Zoom. We have to. It's disruptive when it came out during the pandemic, but now it's part of our daily lives because it helps us stay connected. We don't use Skype anymore. Some of us are still using FaceTime. That video technology has always been disruptive and is always emerging. So I encourage you, don't be afraid of AI. Just embrace it and just roll with it. So one last myth or fact. You know, I think I want to do a whole presentation where I just have myth and facts up.
Yeah.
Just include it. Oh, okay. Christmas tree originated in Taiwan. Is that a myth or a fact?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious myth, yeah. It was England, wasn't it? No, it was Germany.
Germany.
Germany, yeah. Germany, yeah. So yeah, that was a good one, yeah. So anyway, that's a wrap. So again, I always encourage you, embrace AI, use it. Don't be afraid of it. If you need help, this is a good one. Yeah, if you need help with AI and ChatGPT, I actually have a cheat sheet with how to use all the generative AI tools and different prompts that you can use for marketing, blogging, social media that I can send to you. Just look at my email or email me at burton@burtonkelso.com. So that's me. I love technology. I've read all the manuals and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. Any quick questions? Yes, we have one. Nolo, what's up?
So when I go on a website and they invite me to chat, that's probably, I'm chatting with AI.
Yeah, it's a chat box. So if it pops up and it says, hey Nola, or hey user, how can we help you? And then you can type in your answer. And the hopes is that the chat bot can help solve your problem so that way you don't have to talk to a human.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, again, it's not, well, it is, they don't want to hire people, but at the same time, it's part of the customer experience. If they can set chatbots to answer those easy to answer questions, then that's what they want to do. It's like with our website, for myself, Burton Kelso, or Integral, we have a chatbot that pops up and says, how can we help? And it helps the engagement because remember, with any website, and I would highly encourage you, if you have a business website, you probably need to have a chatbot on there. Because if I go to a website and I need help with a problem, and I really don't feel like calling because I'm on a mobile device, then I'm probably going to go somewhere else. But if I have a chatbot that's like, hey, how can I help you out? Your consumer is more inclined to communicate with you. So I highly recommend it. So embrace it, enjoy it, don't be afraid of it, because yeah, Arnold's not going to be knocking at your door like the Terminator asking for Sarah Connor or whoever. So embrace it. So I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
I always appreciate hearing from you.
Thank you.
Did anybody not get a business card in here? We're giving away a 1 free night stay here at the hotel. So if you didn't